out for both parties. Retroactive doesn't appear to be at play here for either party. As far as the DNA testing that was previously ordered is concerned, it will show what the state and parties had suspected, that the older child is the non-custodial parents, and the other two children of Miss Veronica Walker are not related to Mr. Edward Walker. So we'll be adjudicating non-parentage for them.
All right, Ms. Lambert.
Thank you, Your Honor. In the previous temporary order, you reserved pretty much everything for final. I'm absolutely fine with moving forward with the final today. You did appoint the parties JMC, but neither was named primary, and that's why I was appointed to make a recommendation on which parent should be primary and then what type of possession access the other parent ought to have. In that temporary order, although you did not name either party primary, the child was primarily living with the father, and so the mother was given some limited visitation with the child.
Mom has 8 kids with however many different dads. This one is here about 3 kids, one 13-year-old and 2 twins, which he's about to find out. The DNA test came back on the twins, and you'll see what happens there. But Mom had CPS called to her house because she allegedly assaulted the 13-year-old. And so CPS came in and they were like, she's got to go. You can't be here. You have to move out. That's the safety plan, is that you cannot live with this child. So they broke up because they were together at the time, and Dad took the kid, which is so responsible.
My recommendation is going to be that we do finalize today. The parties can remain joint managing conservators, but I would ask that the father be named primary. That is based on the fact that the child has primarily been with the father since the parties were separated, and that separation did occur as a result of CPS involvement, where the mother was removed from the home due to an assault on the father's oldest child. And so, again, my recommendation would be that she have possession and access. She can have a standard possession order because, to my understanding, visitation has been going fine so far, but I would not want to see the child any further disrupted and removed from the home in what she's primarily been living, and that has been with the father.
All right, Ms. Atlanta, just to be on the safe side, was the mother ever charged with assault based on that CPS removal?
I don't believe it went any further than that, Your Honor, because in the safety plan, they ordered that she be removed or further action would be taken, and she left the home and has not returned.
Okay, I just want to make sure we're not going to step on anybody's constitutional rights against self-incrimination. But we'll still watch that, because if it's still out there, it's still out there. Obviously, the statute of limitations probably hasn't run on that yet, so we'll be real careful about that aspect of it. But there's not an active case, and we don't have to. The court will still admonish her, ma'am, you have the absolute right under Texas law and federal law to not self-incriminate yourself. So anytime you feel that any question could cause you to incriminate yourself based on that assault, with alleged assault, because there's never been a conviction of that other child, that you do not have, you could take the Fifth Amendment and not answer any questions concerning that. But everything else, ma'am, concerning these children and the circumstances, you are required to testify to, and you're required to do so truthfully as soon as I swear to both of you at this point, and that's what I'm getting ready to do. So at this time, Mr. Walker and Ms. Walker, I need you both to unmute yourself. At the end of the day, you both are entitled to ask questions and to give testimony. So at this time, you may proceed with your calling your first witness, Mr. Gwynn. Thank you.
And thank you, Judge. And I emailed Belinda with the DNA test, so the state is going to request that those be submitted as State's Exhibit 1.
All right, I haven't received those yet. Well, maybe I haven't gotten those yet. I got something else in another file, but I don't have those yet. I'll have Belinda bring them in until I get them. I'll let you know when I get them, and then you can continue up into the end. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Judge. State would like to call Edward Walker.
Yes.
Mr. Walker, please state your full name for the record.
Edward Walker Jr.
And what is the name of the child or children that we're here on?
Liliana May Walker.
Okay, and there are 2 other children that you're aware of?
Yes.
What was done to test the paternity of those children?
You mean like DNA testing?
That would be correct.
Yes, it was DNA testing done.
What were the results of that testing?
That I'm not related to them.
And when you say to them, who are you referring to?
The twins of Veronica.
Right, I've got the DNA. I'll go ahead and I'm marking both of these. I'm gonna mark it as a cumulative. I'll tell you what, since there are three different ones, I'm gonna go ahead and mark. This stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3. All right, at this time, folks, I'm going to show y'all all the states 1 through 3. States 1 through space number 1 is concerned the child. Should any of these DNA tests come into evidence at this time, Mr. Walker?
No, no, Your Honor.
All right, how about you, Ms. Walker?
No.
All right, so stage number 1 shows that Mr. Edward Walker is the biological father of Liliana. Probability of paternity is within the guidelines of 99.99. In this case, it's 99.999997. So the court will so find. But for the stage 2 and stage 3 for both Sincere Taylor and Sayer Taylor, it finds that Mr. Walker is eliminated as the biological father with a 0% chance of paternity in both those two cases for both those children. And the court will also find that he is not the biological father of these children. And you may proceed at this time, Mr. Gwen. Thank you.
Who does, I apologize, who does Liliana currently reside with?
She stays with me.
And why does that child currently reside there?
Since the court order.
Okay. So the court ordered that child to reside primarily with you?
Yes.
Why?
Well, it was from the CPS case.
What CPS case?
Where Veronica was removed from the house due to assault on my daughter.
Which daughter?
My oldest, Aaliyah Walker.
And how old was that child at that time?
I believe 13.
And what kind of relationship does Liliana have with her mother?
She has a good relationship with her.
And how often do they visit?
But the first and third.
But since the visitation has been ordered, they have been visiting.
Yes.
What, if any, safety concerns do you have between Liliana and her mother?
I don't have any at the moment.
So who makes decisions in the child's day-to-day life?
I do.
Who makes educational decisions for Liliana?
I do as well.
And medical decisions?
I believe she is still on the Medicaid case with her. I think she had it switched over.
Who provides the child with clothing?
I do.
How's the child currently receiving medical coverage?
Through the Medicaid.
And what do you currently do for a living?
Currently, right now, nothing. Is just a disabled vet, so I'm just supporting everybody off of that.
Stood. And what are you asking the court to do here today?
I just
Real quick, sir. What's your percentage?
90%.
All right, then. All right, so you're getting about what, $2,000-3,000 a month, 2 or 3K a month?
Yes, I believe it's like 2,300.
Okay. All right, thank you. You may proceed.
What are you asking the court to do here today?
I just wanted to get on paper just the custody agreement so everything is set in stone, so there's no confusion.
What are you requesting regarding retroactive child support?
I didn't want anything in retroactive.
What are you requesting regarding current child support?
Whatever the minimum is.
Okay. So by that, would you mean whatever the guideline amount would be?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What are you requesting regarding current medical support?
Whatever the guidelines is for.
Okay, no further questions for this witness at this time, Judge.
All right, thank you very much. Your witness, Ms. Edlider.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Walker, are you and Ms. Walker still legally married?
Yes.
Okay. And when were you married?
Uh, I'm not sure. I want to say 2020.
Was Liliana born during the marriage or before the two of you were married?
Uh, it was born after.
Okay. And when did you separate approximately?
Um, I'm not sure. I'm sorry.
Was the separation the sole result of the CPS investigation?
Yes.
And Ms. Walker physically left the home at that time?
Yes.
And has she returned to live in the home since that time?
No.
And once Ms. Walker left the home, what type of visitation schedule did you have regarding Liliana?
She really didn't show up or really speak with her until after I filed for support.
And do you remember when that was?
I had it in the documents that I sent in, but I'm not sure at the moment. I had to look through some stuff.
So when you say that she didn't really show up or call, did you guys have a set schedule?
No, at first we was going off of what the CPS thing said, and we just went from there.
And so since mom has primarily left the home, Liliana's lived with you?
Yes.
And who else lives in the household with the two of you?
Aaliyah Walker and Ariel Walker.
And those are your two other daughters?
Yes.
And does Liliana have a close relationship with those two girls?
Yes.
Okay. How often does Liliana currently visit with her mother?
Like about twice a month.
And in your opinion, are those visits going well?
I believe so.
So when Liliana returns, do you have any concerns about her physical or mental state?
No.
Okay, awesome. How many other biological children does Ms. Walker have?
That I'm not sure.
You previously stated, I believe in the last hearing, that you believe she had 8 children total.
That's around there.
And do you know how many of those children are minors?
Should be all.
And so apart from Liliana and the 2 twins in this case, does Ms. Walker have custody of any of her other 5 children?
I don't believe so.
Do you believe that it's going to be in Liliana's best interest to continue to reside with you and her sisters?
Yes.
Would you continue to work together with Ms. Walker to make decisions regarding Liliana?
Yes.
And would you encourage that Liliana and Ms. Walker have a thriving relationship?
Yes.
Is there anything additional you believe the judge needs to know in order to make a decision regarding who Liliana should primarily reside with?
No, ma'am.
I have no further questions for this witness at this time, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anything I'll redirect, Mr. Nguyen?
There's not, Judge.
All right, sir. I'll be back in just a moment. Go ahead and call your next witness, Mr. Nguyen. Thank you.
We would like to call Veronica Walker.
Yes,
All right, ma'am. State your full name for the record, please.
Veronica Garcia Walker.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. You may proceed at this time, Mr. Nguyen.
Walker, how many minor children do you have?
I have 7 minor.
Okay. And how many of those do you provide support for or have in your possession?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of them. And then one of them I do pay child support for.
Okay, so you have 5 of them, 5 of your minor children live with you?
Well, I have primary conservatorship over them. Yeah, should I say yes? But they don't live with me. One of them lives in Atlanta with their father, and then the other one goes back and forth to San Antonio with his grandmother. And then my other ones are a little bit older, but they don't live with me. They live with their dad. And I pay child support for one, and then my 2 older girls, they live with their dad. One's graduated already.
Okay. So you pay child support for one child?
Correct. I pay child support for Micah Riojas. That's one of my sons. I pay child support for him.
And you have that's When you say 5 minor children, are you including the twins?
Yes, correct. Hmm.
Okay. How would you describe your relationship with Liliana?
Amazing.
And how often do you visit with her?
I visit with her the first and the second, or no, the first and third weekends of the months.
How would you describe those visits?
They're really good. Yeah, they're really good. I mean, she tells me what, I didn't have a vehicle for a little bit, back in December, or not December, but in, November. So I wasn't able to visit with Liliana in November because I didn't have a vehicle. I got into a car accident and, I wasn't able to visit with her then, but, for the most part, our visitations are pretty good. Yeah.
How did the visits go after you got the car situation resolved?
It's good. Yeah.
How's the child currently receiving medical coverage?
Through Medicaid, through, under me.
Okay. And what do you currently do for a living?
I don't do anything. I've dedicated 2 years, well, almost 2 years into raising the twins, my twins.
Okay. So how do you support yourself currently?
Well, my boyfriend, he has a job, so, we support ourselves based off of him.
Hmm. What are you asking the court to do here today?
Just trying to get a conservatorship over Liliana.
Why?
Because Edward has alienated her from me for some time. Back in 2024, the beginning of 2024, alienated her from me for 3 months, and would not allow me to come around or anything like that. And that was after I moved out of the home. And then he did it again when I moved to Cameron. He didn't want to give her back. He didn't want to let me visit with her. He didn't want to let me call her. He wouldn't let me talk to her on the phone. So it's really just to get a guideline of us not arguing and not bringing Liliana back and forth because it's not fair to her.
Why did you leave the home?
I left, want me to be honest, I left the home because I cheated on Edward. And he wanted me to be out of the home. That's what happened.
What about CPS?
So CPS didn't come in until afterward. I didn't move out of the home until June. I moved out of the home in June, at the end of June. Prior to that, I was already looking for an apartment because Edward wanted me out of the home, because I had cheated on him.
Why was CPS involved?
His other baby mother, called CPS on, me because his older daughter had hit Liliana, and I had gone in there and, was screaming at, Aaliyah. And, she was, his other baby mother was on the phone with the youngest daughter, and she heard me, yelling at Aaliyah. And, she then called CPS, which then I think they came like 2 days later or something like that to the home and investigated.
And what, if any, charges came out of that?
No charges were ever, brought up. They did ask me to leave the home or the children would get removed out of the home. I didn't want that to happen, but I was already looking for an apartment to move out because
So CPS requested that you leave the house, correct?
yeah, I would say yeah, because that was part of the safety plan. So yeah, they gave an option. Yes. They gave an option. Yes. Leave or the children get removed.
What are you requesting the court to do here today?
For me to get conservatorship over Liliana.
And since the temporary order has gone into effect, what has Mr. Walker done to prevent you from seeing your child?
Um, the only thing I would say, well, the only thing that I'm gonna say is when I didn't have my vehicle, I did ask him if he would work with me to bring her down here because it was a whole month that I didn't see Liliana because I had gotten a car accident. He stated that he didn't want to because it was too far. So that would be the only thing, that, he didn't want to work with me with visitations, with being able to see her for that whole month that I didn't have a vehicle.
What reasons would you have since the vehicle situation got resolved
Mhm.
to believe that your access to possession would continue to be interfered with?
I feel that if he gets into a mood, he won't allow me to see the child, even if it's on court ordered paper. But
Good deal, ma'am. Yeah, and that gets you 180 days in Bell County Jail. We don't follow court orders. Okay, now the order's enforceable. All right. This is once I make a decision and it becomes
right,
part of the visitation, whatever. If somebody violates the court order, then I need to know about it. But once I know about
right,
it, I deal with it. Okay.
okay,
That's my orders, ma'am. So you don't have to worry about that aspect of it. But yeah,
okay,
y'all do need to try to cooperate as much as possible. But hey, I've been a divorce lawyer for 40 years. I know better to
right.
a certain extent. All right. Thank you.
What are you requesting regarding retroactive child support?
None.
And what are you requesting regarding current child support?
I don't want child support. I don't want any child support.
What are you requesting regarding current medical support?
I'm none from him. I get Medicaid, or she gets Medicaid. I don't get it. She gets Medicaid, so none from him.
Okay, no further questions for this witness at this time.
All right. Ms. Lambert, your witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Walker, when were you and Mr. Walker married?
We got married in 2019.
And Liliana was born during the marriage?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And do you remember the approximate month and year that the two of you physically separated when you left the home?
Yes, ma'am. That was in 2023. June of 2023, is when I left the home.
And at the time when you left in June of 2023, where did you move to?
I went to my friend's home, Chelsea Carrero. I went to her home, because, well, you didn't ask me why, but I went to go live with her. Yes.
And was that in Killeen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And where do you currently live?
I live in Cameron, Texas.
And do you live in a house, an apartment?
I live in housing. I live in housing, so it's like well, apartments, I guess, because it's apartment 17, but they're like duplexes kind of deal.
Okay. And who lives in the home with you?
Shane Taylor, the twins, Sayer and Sincere Taylor, Trey Daniels, which is my son, Trey Daniels, and then Johnny Craig Jr. Lives here as well, and then Liliana when she comes and visits.
Who is Johnny Craig Jr.?
He is my son. He is my 10-year-old son.
Okay. And so do you agree that since you physically left the home that Liliana has primarily lived with her dad?
No.
Okay. And is she currently enrolled in school?
Yes.
Where is she enrolled in school?
She's enrolled in Killeen ISD.
All right, guys, buckle up. This case wastes no time pulling you straight into the tension. Right from the jump, the court signals that something serious is about to unfold. DNA testing isn't just mentioned, it's framed as confirmation of long-held suspicions. In less than 20 seconds, the foundation of a family is legally shaken. One child is confirmed, 2 are excluded, and the implications are massive. There's no emotion yet, just cold facts, which makes it even heavier. This moment quietly tells you the hearing won't be routine or forgiving. It's the calm before a storm of testimony, conflict, and accountability. You immediately know lives are about to change inside this courtroom.
And what grade is she in, kindergarten?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And why do you believe that it would be honest
I'm
for
sorry.
her to
You cracked up.
Yeah.
Everybody, you cracked up a little bit. Ms. Lambert, please repeat the question.
Yes, Shauna, thank you. Why do you believe that it would be in Liliana's best interest to live with you?
Simply because Edward doesn't do much with the girls. Or well, I'm talking about Liliana. Doesn't do much with Liliana. She wants to be in ballet, tap, jazz. She wants to be a cheerleader. She wants to do all the sports things, and Edward does not involve her in those kinds of things. She wants to be a little girl, and he won't. He doesn't do that. And so, when you know, her hair's not up to par, when she gets dressed, and when I get her, she's has dirty clothes all the time. The oldest daughters dress her. He doesn't. He was working at O'Reilly's recently, and he didn't have anybody to get her off the school bus. When she was coming home from school, he was going to pay his oldest daughter to get her off the school bus, or not the oldest, the middle one. There's just a lot of concerns that I have of him not actively being a parent with Liliana.
And so do you think that those are safety concerns or just differences in parenting styles?
Safety concerns, because not the oldest, but the middle one and Liliana always fight. They don't include her in things, stuff like that. So those are definitely a concern to me. He
Alright, guys, now this is where everything spills out and the real story unfolds. The hearing turns into a full dissection of parenting, responsibility, and past decisions. CPS involvement, assault allegations, and custody battles collide in real time. DNA results are officially read, permanently redefining family ties. The father presents stability, routine, and compliance with court orders. The mother pushes back, admitting mistakes while alleging alienation and unfair treatment. Then the tension spikes when physical discipline and video evidence are mentioned. Every answer tightens the case, exposing contradictions and hard truths. By the end, the judge's ruling feels inevitable, decisive, and sobering.
But there's never been safety concerns. There's never been safety concerns that have risen to the level of CPS being involved regarding Mr. Walker. Is that correct?
Yeah, there has been prior. Yes, there has been. But this isn't the first CPS case we have. We've had multiple CPS cases but yeah, there has been for both of us. We've had to take parenting classes together, actually.
Any since you were removed from the home?
No, while we were together.
Okay. And so the issues that you stated earlier, the concerns with why you thought you should be primary was because you believed that Mr. Walker had alienated the child or withheld. But as the judge stated, that could all be solved with your standard possession order. So do you have anything additional apart from that?
No.
Okay. You also mentioned previously in your testimony that you were removed by CPS because the oldest child's biological mother heard you yelling. Is it your testimony that you were only yelling?
It wasn't the biological mother. It was the other baby mother. He has 3, so it was a different one to a different child. Yes, I only yelled at her. I was only screaming at her. And then when CPS came, she then in turn told CPS that I had hit her over the head with the chair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was this
never went to the hospital, never anything. Just I hit her over the head with the chair.
And was this an isolated incident?
What do you mean by isolated?
This just happened one time? This was just a one-off? There was never any other altercations between you and Aaliyah?
We've had me and Aaliyah have always had words, yes. So I've always, I guess my parenting discipline style is yelling at them. But I have spanked them and stuff. I've spanked Liliana before, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, like I have. But to say that I've just smacked her over the head with a chair, no, absolutely not. So
would you be surprised to know that there's video footage of you grabbing her by her head?
No, I wouldn't be surprised about it.
Okay, so it wasn't just yelling then, as you previously testified?
No, that's why I said I have, like, I've whooped them and stuff, yeah.
Is that what you consider physical discipline, grabbing a child by their hair?
I do, yeah. I mean, it was done to me when I was a kid, so that's, yeah.
I don't have any further questions. I have no further questions, Lonnie. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Walker, you testified that there was some CPS intervention and y'all took, when's the last time you had to take any type of class for parenting abilities?
I think, I want to say maybe in 23 or 24.
Okay.
I want to say somewhere around there, but we both had to take classes, but I don't remember. I don't remember, but I know I had to take
Y'all
the
take classes together, right?
Yeah, we had to take parenting and anger management classes and stuff like that. So I did have to take classes.
All right, but you didn't take it with Mr. Walker. You took them separately.
No, we took them together.
Okay, that's when y'all were still together.
I want to say it was during the pandemic. So I want to say maybe in 2020, 21, somewhere around there.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Gwynn, anything on redirect, sir?
No, Judge, not at this time.
All right, here's what I'm gonna allow, folks. I'm sorry, and Mr. Gwynn, you have no further witnesses. Is that correct, sir?
That is correct, Judge.
All right, Ms. Lemon, do you need to recall Mr. Walker and have any other further questions of him or anyone else you wish to call, ma'am?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, here's the deal, folks. I'm gonna let everyone give you a closing statement, closing argument, and we'll take it from there. So at this time, I'm gonna go ahead and let the lawyers go first and tell the court what they're requesting. Obviously, I think y'all already know, but after that point, after they tell me what they're requesting, I do here again. Both of you will have the opportunity to tell me what y'all requesting. I know what both of you are requesting. Both of you are requesting custody. If there's an argument you wish to make, you can do so at this time.
The video got shut off, but I did catch the ending. He ordered her to pay standard child support, which in her case was under $200 a month, and he gave her standard visitation, which is like every other weekend and like a third Wednesday or something like that. But 8 kids and you don't have custody of any of them in your house, that's wild and irresponsible.
If the state could have a moment, I would like a moment to recalculate some of the child support.
All right, that's not a problem. Move off the record for a moment. I'll let the state have that moment, and then I'll let everybody come back and make their closing